Uh, if I also black man, let's talk about this other situation we got going on. We don't think we got going on. There are more black men in college than there are in prison. So you can't have, you can be smart too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stupid. No, you ain't got to sell dope. That is not the way. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get out there and try and get out there and get it. Reason for going to school is for you to learn to teach. You got to get taught so that you can learn. It don't work no other way. Well, I had to go to school too. I'm an electrician. I had to go to school too. Matter of fact, I just graduated, maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? From Middlemont, telling the truth. The thing about this black man, y'all don't realize that we got to do better. So the thing about it is being hired at a job as a black man, you got to be 10 times better than anybody that's doing the same job you are. You know what I mean? You got to be quicker. You know what I mean? You got to be smarter because otherwise you're not gonna get the job. Why would I hire you anyway? You know, definitely if you come in here with your pants sagging, talking loud, acting crazy, act like you don't care. You know what I mean? Because you try to, your true colors come out later, right? But they already expect that from you that you gonna act like a nigga, you know what I'm saying? So you already got to be on your Q's and P's. I can't remember what the hell it was. You already got to be on your Q's and P's and P's and dots all the time. You got to stay up on it, you know what I'm saying? Because that'll keep you at a different spot. If you make sure that you respectful all the time, you know what I'm saying, that you speak, that's what's going on. I just started a new job as an electrician a couple months ago. My boss told me, he said, yeah, they all tell me that you're very respectful. You don't know why? Because I always say, good morning, how you doing today? Good morning. I don't even know the people, you know what I mean? They just be other workers, working on the house, you know what I mean? We be a house. It just be other workers working on the house. Hey, how you doing today? Just cause to speak, you're supposed to be nice because when you speak, it makes you look like you're more of a calmer person, when you can speak to people. But when you just over there working, don't want to talk to nobody, you look kind of angry, and I know that as a black man with dreads to my ass, I already look like what they think I am. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm different though. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I stand on business, for the business. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. The bills is the business. The bills, it don't matter. Every hustle, everything you do to make money is a hustle. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do. So to me, this is all business. It's all business. The way you carry yourself, the way you talk. Because I'm gonna tell you just like this. My old lady tell me all the time, you answer the phone like you white. And I said, you know why? Because it could be business on the other line when I don't know that number. I don't want to answer the phone. What's good, bro? How you doing? It's my boss on the other line. Like, Mr. Cordell, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Hell nah. Stand up, step up. You feel me? If you really want it, you gotta fight to get it. Otherwise, you'll never have it. You can sell dope all day and still never see what you thought you was gonna see is what I'm saying. You gotta, if you do better, you do better.